Hey, welcome back, America, to your Caribou Data Science channel. Today is Thursday, September 23rd. I'll give a big shout out to the 6 people in the U.S. who watched this video yesterday. Really, of all the millions of people on YouTube, only 6 of you are really interested in the COVID-19 and on the real COVID-19 numbers without the political hype, without the liberal propaganda. I know there's more than 6 people here who don't trust the U.S. news media and even the government to give them the straight numbers on COVID-19. So I need you folks, if you're like me, then I need you to step up to the plate and support this channel and support these video series. Okay? I need you to click on the share button, share it with your friends and family. Of course, Twitter and Facebook, as well as copy and paste links into emails and text messages. I know that you know people who are skeptical of what they're being told by the government. Okay, now now for rant number two, or semi-rant, the COVID-19 vaccine. We have to keep in mind two things about the COVID-19 vaccines being used in America. It is not designed to keep you from getting COVID-19, and second, it may keep you from dying from getting COVID-19. And the way it's going to do that is because the idea is if we can reduce the symptoms, reduce the effect of the disease, we can reduce the chances someone will die. Now, I know there are people out there who are anti-vaccine. Well, guess what? You're wrong. It's your life. Because the other point is your life is not just your life. Your life is also intertwined with your friends and your family, your coworkers. Okay, so if you won't get a vaccine for yourself, then do it for your friends, your family, and your coworkers. Okay. But that being said, the vaccine will not reduce the number of cases. It should reduce the number of deaths, although maybe not significantly enough to really make that much difference. The third point is this: we have to reach the point very quickly where we realize that COVID-19 is not going away. Okay? And we need to learn to live with this disease just like we live with heart disease and cancer and the flu every year. Okay? We may never see a day in America, whether or a week or a month, where there's no COVID-19 cases and no COVID-19 deaths being reported. Okay, we need to accept that a very real possibility in life, and we need to get on with life. Okay. Okay, let's get on with the plot here. Now, one of the curious things about the way America counts COVID-19 data is they count it from day one. They count the cases from the first case and the deaths from the first death onward. Now, what's so curious about that, of course, is we don't do that with cancer and heart disease or flu. We don't count flu deaths from January 2020 up until today. Why do we count COVID-19 different for it? Well, I think it's because the government's using this disease to try to browbeat the American people, basically speaking. So when you see this number, keep in mind that this is the number of COVID-19 cases since January 2021. That number is 42.5 million. This is the number of deaths since the end of February 2020. That number is 681,192. So let's just take a look at the current year. You can see what's going on here, right? We had this long declining pattern down to July. Then for whatever reason, in July, cases began to increase. Okay. The question is this: how many of these people were vaccinated here? Okay. What about deaths? A long declining pattern in deaths. Again, with an increase in deaths beginning in July. Again, the same question: how many of these people were vaccinated? What about total cases? Well, you can see here we've already passed 2021, with 3 months ago, it's already passed 2020 COVID-19 cases. Okay, which should tell us something about the vaccine program. All right. What about deaths? Well, I'm still holding out a sliver of hope that 2021 COVID-19 deaths will not catch 2020s, but day by day, I think that's getting a little less and less. But now, the one thing, these two plots are kind of misleading because it won't tell you, for instance, that the number of cases have slowed down in the last few months. Okay, it won't tell us whether or not the number of new cases are increasing or decreasing per day. Okay, we can look. Let's take a look at something here. Again, the question is the same: how many of these people were vaccinated? Now, if we only look at the data from July to July, this is almost a mirror image. which is interesting. Why all of a sudden in January the cases start to fall down? Okay. Same thing down there from July to July. Okay. From July to July. From July to July, deaths is a mere is almost a mirror of 2021 or 2020. Okay. Now what about cases by date? Well, let's zoom in here and see exactly what's going on. Now, interesting thing, why do we have these spikes here? That's sort of a curious thing. And anyway, okay, you can see for September 22nd, we had 132,103 cases. For the 14-day period ending September the 22nd, we were averaging 13,843 cases per day. Let's go and zoom in on deaths and see exactly what's going on, shall we? So what you can see here on September the 22nd, we had 2,785 deaths. And for the 14-day period ending September the 22nd, we were averaging 1,935 deaths per day. Weekly cases, how many of these people were vaccinated? I think we have a right to know that. I think we have a right to that number. How many of these people were vaccinated? You know, okay, this is another rant. I think the problem with the media again is that they're giving the people, they're sending the wrong message to the American people. To me, the message in the news media is it isn't working. Okay, it isn't working. So even though we follow instructions, the things continue to increase. That means what we're doing isn't working, right? But see that's where the media is wrong. The media needs to show us that what the steps we are making is working. Because what's going to happen is American people are going to like shrug their shoulder and say, "What's the point? It isn't working. Why wear a mask? Why get vaccinated? If cases continue to increase, people are still dying. What's the point?" See, and that's not, and this is going to come from the negative message from the administration and from the news media. They're sending the wrong message to the American people. Okay, that's my third and final rant for this video. Okay, again, how many people were vaccinated here? Monthly cases. Well, you can see that. Well, September's cases are going to be the one, two, three, fourth, fifth most cases so far, with about a week and a half to go. What about deaths? Well, gee, all this vaccination and deaths has gone up the previous 2 months. How many of these people here were vaccinated? Now this is kind of a fun little chart. You don't bet the farm on this chart, okay? But this is what this says is roughly 30 for every 100,000 people in the U.S., 35 have COVID-19. Wait a second, only 35 out of 326 million. For every 100,000 people in America, let's just be on the safe side. I just say for every 100,000 people in America, one person is dying from COVID-19. And you can look at this and say, well, look, it's not working. Because if it's working, how come this number isn't flattening out? How come if COVID-19 is working, if the vaccine's working, if our lockdowns are working, how come COVID-19 deaths aren't flattening out? You see, to me, that's where the news media is sending the wrong message. And the administration is sending the wrong message, and the CDC is sending the wrong message. Now, that being said, should you get vaccinated? Again, there is no sound medical reason for not being vaccinated. If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for your friends. You do it. Get vaccinated for your friends, your family, and your coworkers. Thanks so much, America, for your time today. We will catch you tomorrow with an updated report.